Sam Altman and chief scientist Jakub Pachocki just held a major presentation showing their roadmap for the future of OpenAI, and honestly, it looks staggering. We're talking serious advancement, timelines for AGI, massive infrastructure investments totaling over $1 trillion, and a complete restructuring of how the company operates. If you're interested in AI, the future of technology, or just where humanity is headed in the next few years, you need to hear this. Let's get into it. So, let's start with the foundation of the company. OpenAI's core mission remains the same, ensuring that artificial general intelligence benefits all of humanity. But there's something that changed drastically: their understanding of what that actually means. In the early days, the team imagined AGI as this kind of oracle in the sky, this all-knowing entity that would solve problems for us. But they've shifted to a much more realistic, practical, and substantial vision. Instead of creating something that does everything for us, they want to build something more specialized, including more specialized tools that will allow people to create the future themselves. Think of it more as giving humanity superpowers they want to use rather than replacing the general human intelligence. This new vision centers around personal AGI. This means that you'll have an AI assistant that goes everywhere with you, integrates with all your different tools and services, helps you with both work and personal life, and gets progressively smarter over time. As these systems advance, there is a possibility that they'll help discover new science, meaning that we're looking at an actual AI revolution, and not just a time-saver gimmick. The possibilities for what individuals can create and accomplish become almost limitless. Now to the more fundamental stuff. OpenAI has organized their strategy around 3 fundamental pillars: research, product, and infrastructure. First in line is research. They need to succeed at the core research required to actually build AGI. This isn't just about making models bigger, it's about fundamental breakthroughs in how these systems learn and think. Second is product. They're building a platform that makes this technology easy and powerful to use. This means everything from ChatGPT to new browsers, devices, and developer tools. The goal isn't just to have impressive technology sitting in a lab, it's to get it into people's hands in useful ways. Third is infrastructure, and this one is wild. They need to build enough computational infrastructure so that people can actually use all this amazing AI at a reasonable cost. We're talking about data centers, energy systems, chip manufacturing, and the physical backbone that makes everything else possible. What's interesting is how these 3 pillars support each other. Better research needs more infrastructure. Better infrastructure enables better products, and better products generate revenue that funds more research and infrastructure. It's a flywheel that, if works, could accelerate incredibly fast. Now here's where things get really interesting, and this might be the most important part of their entire vision. While the economic impact of AI is undoubtedly enormous, OpenAI believes the biggest long-term impact will come from scientific discovery. Jakub made a compelling point about AI systems that can autonomously discover new science or help humans discover science much faster. Think about it. We've made incredible progress as a civilization, but we are still limited by how fast human scientists can work, how much work can they keep in their heads, and also how many experiments they are limited to. Fatigue is unfortunately the biggest obstacle when it comes down to sheer progress, and that's exactly where AI would step in. Imagine AI systems that can think through problems for hours, days, or even weeks. Systems that can run thousands of simulations, spot patterns humans would never see, and suggest experiments we'd never think to try. The compounding effect could be extraordinary. They showed this beautiful visualization of 200 years of scientific progress building on itself, discovery after discovery. Then they asked, what if we could compress that 200 years into 20 years or even 2 years? The implications are staggering. Cures for diseases, solutions to climate change, new materials, space exploration breakthroughs, everything accelerates. But this all sounds like something unbelievable, something that's only in the air, so let's address the elephant in the room. Jakub said that OpenAI believes deep learning systems are less than a decade away from superintelligence. That's systems that are smarter than all of us on a large number of critical dimensions. Now, they were very careful to acknowledge uncertainty here. They've already missed predictions before, and they might be wrong about this too, and being wrong is a terrible marketing stunt. But this is how they're planning and organizing their research programs as of now. To understand where they currently are, they use this interesting metric: the time horizon for tasks that models can perform. Current generation models like GPT-5 can handle tasks that take humans about 5 hours. We can see this in how they match top human competitors in things like International Olympiad and informatics. But here's where it gets really interesting. They believe this time horizon will extend rapidly. A huge part of this comes from something called test time compute, or in-context compute. Basically, this is how much time the model spends thinking about a problem. Current models think for seconds or minutes, but imagine models that can spend entire data centers worth of computation thinking through a single important problem. There are orders of magnitude of scaling still available here. Now, OpenAI did something pretty unprecedented here. They share their international goal timelines. Again, they emphasized they might be completely wrong about these dates, but this is how they're currently planning. By September 2026, so less than 2 years from now, they're aiming for AI research interns. These would be systems capable of meaningfully accelerating their researchers by spending significant amounts of compute on problems. Think of it as an AI that can take on junior research tasks, freeing up senior researchers to focus on bigger questions. Then, by March 2028, which is roughly 5 years after GPT-4's launch, they're targeting a fully automated AI researcher capable of autonomously delivering on larger research projects, not just helping humans, but actually conducting independent research from start to finish. If these timelines are even close to accurate, we're looking at AI systems that can improve themselves and develop the next generation of AI. That's when things could really accelerate in ways that are hard to predict. And with such powerful systems potentially coming, OpenAI outlined their approach to safety across 5 layers, moving from internal to external factors. At the core is value alignment. What does this AI fundamentality care about? Can it adhere to high-level principles? What does it do with unclear or conflicting objectives? This becomes critical as systems get smarter and tackle problems beyond human ability, where we can't write complete specifications. Then there's goal alignment, which asks how does the agent interact with people and follow instructions? Next is reliability. Can the AI correctly calibrate its predictions and handle unfamiliar environment? Fourth is adversarial robustness, which poses the question, can the system withstand targeting attacks from human and AI adversaries? And finally, systemic safety. These are guarantees about overall system behavior that don't rely on AI's intelligence or alignment, like security protocols and access controls. One really interesting technical direction they're pushing is called chain of thought faithfulness. The idea is to keep parts of the model's internal reasoning free from supervision during training, letting it remain more representative of what the model actually thinks. They've seen promising results using this to understand how models' tendencies evolve during training and to investigate potential problems like scheming behavior. OpenAI is making a major shift from being primarily a product company to being a platform company. The goal, as Sam put it, is to reach the point where there's more value created by people building on the platform than by OpenAI itself. This means moving beyond just ChatGPT and their own services to exposing their technology so that developers, companies, and individuals can build incredible new applications and services. They envision an AI cloud where their technology powers a whole ecosystem of tools and experiences. 2 foundational principles guide this platform approach. First is user freedom. People around the world have different needs and desires, and OpenAI wants users to have substantial control and customization options. They want to treat adult users like adults, allowing more flexibility in how AI used while maintaining appropriate safeguards. Second is privacy. As AI becomes more integrated with people's lives, with users sharing intimate details like they would with a doctor, lawyer, or spouse, strong technical and policy protections for privacy become essential. They've even discussed concepts like AI privilege, similar to attorney-client privilege. Now, here's where the numbers get truly staggering. OpenAI currently has commitments totaling over 30 gigawatts of infrastructure build-out. That represents approximately $1.4 trillion in total financial applications over the coming year. To put that in perspective, they showed footage of data centers they're building in Abilene, Texas, the first Stargate site. Thousands of people work there every day just in construction. Hundreds of thousands of millions more work in the supply chain designing chips, manufacturing them, assembling systems, and handling energy infrastructure. But here's the really wild part. This is just what they're comfortable committing to now. If the research projections are accurate and demand materializes as they expect, they'll need much more. Their aspiration is to build what they call an infrastructure factory capable of creating 1 gigawatt per week of compute capacity. They want to drive the cost down to about $20 billion per gigawatt over a 5-year equipment lifecycle. Achieving this will require massive innovation in everything from chip design to data center construction. They're even planning to repurpose robotics research to help automate data center buildings. Now, to enable all of this, OpenAI has fundamentally restructured itself. The previous organizational chart was incredibly convoluted, but now it has been simplified drastically. There's a non-profit called OpenAI Foundation that maintains control and owns a portion of a public benefit corporation called OpenAI Group. The non-profit initially owns about 26% of the PBC's equity, with the potential to increase that through warrants if the company performs well. The foundation's initial focus includes a $25 billion commitment to use AI to help cure diseases and a new initiative around AI resilience. This is broader than traditional AI safety. It's about building an ecosystem of organizations that can help solve various problems and disruptions that advanced AI might create. Wojtek gave the example of biosecurity. While OpenAI can build models that block queries related to creating pathogens, if someone uses a different company's model, that protection doesn't help. AI resilience means building rapid response capabilities across the entire ecosystem, similar to how cybersecurity evolved from the early internet's vulnerability to today's robust protection infrastructure. Now, what do you think about these advancements? Are they too good to believe, or do you believe AI will improve even faster than what is currently projected? Do you think we'll actually see AI making scientific discoveries within the next couple of years? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this breakdown valuable, make sure you like and subscribe because we'll be following these developments closely as they unfold.